Franco's chances for 2026 are on as Alpine looks to be interested. The main reason why PEREZ has been kept at Red Bull has been revealed, and Fred praises Carlos's stint at Ferrari. Do consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Lewis Hamilton's transition from Mercedes to Ferrari has stirred quite the conversation in the Formula One community, especially concerning its impact on the Mercedes team. With the announcement of his switch for the 2025 season, many fans are left speculating about what this means for both Hamilton's illustrious career and the future of Mercedes. David Coulthard, a renowned 13-time Formula One race winner, had some interesting insights on this pivotal move. He suggests that Hamilton's departure has actually relieved Mercedes of a massive issue. This might come as a surprise to fans who view Hamilton as an irreplaceable asset. However, Coulthard believes this opens new doors for the Silver Arrows. With Hamilton's contract exit clause activated right before the 2024 season, Mercedes is now embracing new talent, particularly the promising teenager Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who is set to step into a key role after his season in Formula 2. This decision marks a significant pivot for Mercedes, as they now position themselves for a long-term strategy that no longer revolves around Hamilton. Despite the monumental shift, Coulthard argues that losing the sport's most successful driver brings not only challenges, but also opportunities for growth. Hamilton's recent struggles, notably being outperformed by teammate George Russell in the last season's qualifying results, added to the complexity of his final year. His candid admission of, "I'm definitely not fast anymore," further speaks to the difficulties he faced. Coulthard emphasizes that Hamilton's decision to pursue the Ferrari dream is a well-calculated move for both him and Mercedes. It permits them a semblance of relief, as they can now seamlessly integrate Antonelli alongside Russell, clearly indicating their intentions of building for the future, free from the looming concern of Hamilton's eventual exit. As Hamilton embarks on this new chapter, he aims for a record-breaking 8th World Championship. However, Coulthard believes that Hamilton's legacy as arguably the greatest of all time is already firmly cemented, regardless of future titles. Even though he hasn't been a title contender since 2021, his career stats speak volumes about his unmatched contributions to the sport. Reflecting on Hamilton's achievements, Coulthard remarks that many fans still remember his heartbreaking season finale in 2021, but the reality is that Hamilton's extraordinary career doesn't hinge on an 8th or 9th championship to solidify his place as the GOAT. As we transition into the new season, the head-to-head dynamics will certainly play out differently for Mercedes, and fans can't help but anticipate how both Hamilton and his former team adapt to these changes. The future of Formula One promises to be exhilarating, with new talents ready to rise and established champions like Hamilton looking to make their mark once more. In this ever-evolving world of F1, one thing is clear. Change is not just inevitable, it's a crucial pathway to growth and success. And for Hamilton, this Ferrari chapter might just be the thrilling new page he has been waiting for. In the world of Formula One, legacies are etched in both time and performance. Lewis Hamilton, a formidable force behind the wheel and a celebrated driver for Mercedes, has indeed left an indelible mark on the sport. Former F1 driver David Coulthard highlights this legacy, noting Hamilton's exceptional record of 6 out of 7 world championships, with Mercedes achieved in what Coulthard describes as a gentle manner. Hamilton's statistics are hard to ignore. He holds the records for the most wins, poles, and podium finishes. This includes his incredible 7th World Championship, which places him alongside the legendary Michael Schumacher. Coulthard adds, "He's a kind-mannered, gentle racer," emphasizing Hamilton's approach to racing, which is more about finesse than ferocity. His career with Mercedes exemplifies a style characterized by skill over aggressive maneuvers, making it one that could serve as a model for future generations of drivers. As Hamilton transitions to Ferrari to partner with Charles Leclerc, the expectations are high. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz will find a new home at Williams in a multi-year deal. This move raises questions. Will Hamilton thrive in a new environment, or will he find the task ahead a daunting one? In other news, longtime F1 commentator David Croft has revealed that Hamilton fans continue to reach out about the controversial Abu Dhabi Grand Prix of 2021, indicating the lasting impact of those events. Additionally, Eddie Jordan's behind-the-scenes role in facilitating Hamilton's switch to Mercedes from McLaren sheds light on his remarkable career trajectory. Addressing rumors of team favoritism, Nico Rosberg has dismissed claims that George Russell was preferred over Hamilton during his last year with Mercedes, reinforcing the competitive spirit that resides within any top-tier racing team. As we look ahead to F1's 2024 season and beyond, the landscape remains dynamic, with the potential for new stories and rivalries to unfold. This year is set not just for Hamilton, but for all drivers aiming for greatness amidst the constant evolution of the sport. Could Franco Colapinto be gearing up for a thrilling return to Formula One, specifically with the Alpine team for the 2026 season? Recent comments from Flavio Briatore have sparked speculation about a renewed interest in the young Argentine driver. Briatore insists that the talented Colapinto should be seriously considered for a race seat, especially after his impressive performances at Williams. Colapinto gained significant attention in the F1 community following his debut with Williams, stepping in for Logan Sargent and impressively scoring points in Azerbaijan and the United States during just 2 of his first 4 races. His instant impact has not only caught the eye of fans, but also some of the biggest teams in the sport, including Red Bull, where he was briefly a contender to replace Sergio Perez. Even though Alpine has confirmed drivers Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan for the 2025 season, the buzz around Colapinto hasn't entirely fizzled out. There was even talk that Alpine might reconsider promoting Doohan to create space for Colapinto, highlighting the competitive nature of driver selections in F1. A noteworthy moment occurred when a spy shot surfaced, revealing Colapinto and his manager in conversation with Briatore during the Qatar Grand Prix. While Doohan recently made his F1 debut, Alpine's interest in Colapinto is said to have cooled due to some costly on-track incidents this past season. For now, Colapinto is expected to remain as Williams' reserve driver, alongside race drivers Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon. However, Briatore argues that the door should remain open for Colapinto in 2026, emphasizing the importance of identifying and seizing opportunities for promising talents. He expressed, "I'm interested in any driver who is fast." It's clear that while Colapinto surprised many with his performance, Alpine also has commitments and contracts with their current lineup. Briatore added, "If there was an opportunity to get Colapinto for 2026, you have to think about it." This highlights the complexity of navigating driver contracts in a sport where talent and contracts are constantly vying for attention. There's an evident generational shift occurring in Formula One. As established names like Valtteri Bottas and Kevin Magnussen step back, opportunities for younger drivers are expanding. Colapinto's potential return to the grid comes amid exciting shifts, including Doohan leading a wave of new talents making their debuts in 2025. The question now lingers, will Alpine make the move to secure Colapinto before the competition finds out? With numerous promising drivers emerging, Briatore's strategy going forward seems to concentrate on nurturing the best talent within their academy, without getting sidetracked by less reliable options. But as F1 evolves, it'll be interesting to see which young stars carve their place on the grid. Could Franco Colapinto be one of them? Stay tuned as we keep you updated on all the latest developments in the world of Formula One. Flavio Briatore has ignited conversations about a significant shift in Formula One, indicating that the landscape is changing as teams prioritize younger drivers. He commented on Carlos Sainz's challenges securing a top seat for the F1 2025 season, highlighting how the sport is in a phase of generational change. According to Briatore, even though Sainz is an excellent driver, top teams are leaning towards fresh talent instead. He shared insights on team dynamics, mentioning figures like Toto Wolff's interest in young drivers like Antonelli and Christian Horner's eye on Lawson. Briatore noted that younger racers tend to exhibit a more intense drive compared to their more seasoned counterparts who may have greater distractions, such as family commitments. He reflected on Enzo Ferrari's old adage, "Drivers tend to lose some edge after starting families." Briatore also pointed to Oscar Piastri's success at McLaren as a catalyst for teams to rethink their choices. The competitive environment for Formula 2 drivers is stark. They can easily move from 1st to 14th place, showcasing the intensity and unpredictability of the sport today. This contrast is significant, especially when we think back to legendary figures like Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, who dominated races with exceptional consistency. Moreover, Briatore reminisced about Michael Schumacher's early days at Benetton, and how even the iconic driver needed time to find his footing. He even highlighted Max Verstappen's unique entry into the sport, starting before he even had a driver's license. Shifting focus, we have Franco Colapinto, who has recently opened up about his experience racing with Williams. Reflecting on his 9-race stint, he conveyed a mix of excitement and realism. The promising young driver knows that results determine a career in F1, and while he had some challenges, including crashes towards the end of the season, he believes he made the most of the opportunities given to him. Colapinto's candid reflections reveal his determination and respect for the chance or pressure that being in an F1 seat entails. He acknowledges that each race contributes to a driver's narrative. With a young wave gearing up to take the wheel in F1, the future is filled with potential. Will we see even more surprising talents emerge as this new era unfolds? Don't miss out as we track these developments and the racing world's next big stars. Max Verstappen and Red Bull are in the spotlight as questions arise following Sergio Perez's turbulent exit from the team. Throughout the F1 2024 season, Perez struggled to keep pace with Verstappen, leading to a growing debate about the dynamics within the Red Bull team. Former F1 team owner Eddie Jordan has weighed in on the situation, suggesting that Verstappen shares some responsibility for Perez's difficulties. According to Jordan, Verstappen allegedly exerted pressure on Red Bull's team principal, Christian Horner, to keep Perez in the fold rather than explore options like outgoing Ferrari driver Carlos Sainz. Recent reports have indicated that after a challenging 2024 season, Perez is expected to leave Red Bull ahead of the F1 2025 season. The results speak for themselves, with Perez finishing a staggering 7 places and 285 points behind Verstappen in the drivers' standings. The Mexican driver's last podium finish came back in April at the Chinese Grand Prix, marking a significant decline in performance. While Verstappen celebrated securing his 4th consecutive driver's title, Red Bull struggled in the Constructors' Championship, finishing 3rd, a disappointing outcome given McLaren's resurgence, clinching their first title in 26 years. Now the big question is whether Perez's career in F1 will continue past 2025. Despite signing a 2-year contract just months ago, he is likely to make way for talent like Liam Lawson. Interestingly, Red Bull had decided to extend Perez's contract last summer, despite signs being available after Ferrari announced his release to allow for Lewis Hamilton's entry into the team. Jordan elaborated on the subject, claiming that Verstappen's preference for Perez was rooted in competition, stating, "He wanted Checo in the car because he knew he could beat him." This assertion raises eyebrows about the internal politics at Red Bull and the potential ramifications for all involved. Jordan reflects on Perez's situation, expressing empathy for the driver, highlighting, "I'm embarrassed for Checo because I like the guy. He's a smashing person to be with." However, he also acknowledged that this puts both the team and Verstappen in a difficult position as they try to navigate the path ahead, emphasizing that while denying the pressure might be their stance, he believes it significantly affected recent decisions regarding team lineup. The situation casts a shadow over the team dynamics within Red Bull, especially as they look toward the future. With Sainz's history with the team, one can't help but wonder if a different choice could have propelled Red Bull's performance in the championship. In this rapidly evolving scenario, fans and analysts alike will be watching closely to see how these developments unfold. Will Perez find himself back in the grid by 2026? Or will this mark the end of his spell at Red Bull and possibly in Formula One? The answers remain uncertain, but one thing is clear. The path forward is fraught with challenges, not just for Perez, but for Verstappen and Red Bull as a whole. Max Verstappen has recently spoken out in support of Sergio Perez, addressing the criticism Perez has faced throughout the 2024 F1 season. During the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend, Verstappen emphasized that the future of Perez is in the hands of the team. He acknowledges the bond they share, stating, "I always worked really well with Checo. He's a great guy, honestly." Verstappen believes that fans and critics alike have been overly harsh on Perez. "I find people have been very harsh on him," he says, highlighting that while there might be weekends where Perez could improve, the criticism often overlooks the bigger picture. The dynamic within the team is challenging, and driving difficulties can affect performance. Reflecting on their partnership, Verstappen pointed out the pressures both drivers face, stating, "He's always been regarded as a great driver, and it's been tough for everyone in the team." This solidarity hints at the mutual respect they've cultivated, even amidst challenges. The conversation transitions to Verstappen's past experiences with Carlos Sainz at Toro Rosso, indicating lingering tensions from their time together. A book released last year revealed that Verstappen and his engineers were able to make decisions independent of the Toro Rosso management, leading to strategic tensions. An example of this came to light at the 2016 Russian Grand Prix, where Verstappen's actions during qualifying caused a fallout within the team. The scene escalated further, resulting in several team members, including race engineer Xavi Pujolar, leaving Toro Rosso. This moment marked a significant turning point in Verstappen's career, ultimately leading to his promotion to Red Bull. It's evident that the complicated dynamics he navigates are not limited to his rapport with Perez. Currently, as speculation grows regarding Sergio Perez's future, conversations around his performance and the team's chemistry continue to unfold. As fans eagerly await news ahead of the next driver announcement, the underlying challenges both drivers face appear more intertwined than ever. Fred Vasseur recently made headlines with his insights after Carlos Sainz's move to Williams. The emotion was palpable as Vasseur shared a heartfelt hug with Sainz, marking the conclusion of a significant chapter in the Formula One world. For 4 seasons, fans witnessed an electrifying rivalry between Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. Vasseur noted that the fierce competition and relentless focus the two drivers had on each other was unlike anything he had experienced before. This competitive spirit reached new heights when Sainz left McLaren to join Ferrari in 2021, achieving impressive milestones with 4 Grand Prix wins during his tenure. As the 2025 season approaches, significant changes are underway at Ferrari. The announcement of 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton joining Charles Leclerc as his new teammate means Sainz will now be driving for Williams. Reflecting on this transition, Vasseur expressed his admiration for the dynamic between Sainz and Leclerc. He emphasized that their extraordinary rivalry never detracted from Ferrari's performance. In fact, it likely enhanced it. According to Vasseur, the two were incredibly dedicated, pushing each other to new limits both on and off the track. He declared, "I have never in all my time of racing seen 2 teammates so intensely preoccupied with what the other one is doing." This internal competition was not only fierce, it contributed significantly to the team's overall performance. Vasseur believes that their drive paved the way for success and improvement for the team. Looking ahead to F1 2025, we anticipate an exciting driver lineup. The 2025 grid is shaping up to be dynamic and competitive, and the focus on driver contracts is high as fans wonder who will fill the remaining spots. While Sainz transitions to a historic name in racing with Williams, Leclerc remains supportive, convinced that the rivalry benefited him as a driver too. Sainz goes into Williams equipped with valuable experiences and lessons learned from his time at Ferrari, looking to bring that knowledge to rejuvenate the team. Under the leadership of James Vowles, Williams is aiming to rise back to the top of F1, and Sainz's involvement could be a pivotal part of that journey. In his own words, Leclerc has expressed how integral Sainz's influence has been on him as a driver, especially considering their years of battling as teammates at Ferrari. "I think Lando and myself are probably the 2 best persons to speak about it, because we've been sharing the same team with Carlos for many years," he stated, reflecting the camaraderie and mutual respect developed over time. As we watch these transitions unfold, one thing is clear. The landscape of Formula One is evolving, promising fresh rivalries and challenges ahead. With new partnerships forming and seasoned drivers adapting to new teams, it's an exhilarating time for fans. The story of Carlos Sainz, Ferrari, and the upcoming 2025 season certainly has more twists and turns in store, and we can't wait to see how it all plays out. Carlos Sainz has left quite an impression in the Formula One world, and his teammates have taken notice. It's no surprise that everyone recognizes his talent. One teammate expressed, "Carlos is incredibly talented and has played a crucial role in my own improvement over the years. His discipline and work ethic have made him an invaluable part of any team he has been on." Reflecting on their journey together, it's evident that Sainz's contributions have made a significant impact. The teammate shared, "Today, as I look back, I believe we've made remarkable strides over the last 4 years, largely thanks to Carlos. He showcased unmatched speed on the track that always kept his competitors on their toes. But racing isn't just about skill, it's also about being at the right place at the right time. The unpredictable nature of Formula One means luck plays a role, and Sainz has always been poised for greatness. Carlos deserves to be in a top team, his teammate stated confidently, underscoring the consensus that Sainz is destined for success. As the team moves forward, there's hope for a reunion on the grid. "I'm sure it's just a matter of time before Carlos returns to fight for wins," they remarked. His acute sensitivity to car dynamics means he will undoubtedly provide valuable insights regardless of where he races next. On a more personal note, The bond developed on the track has fostered a deep respect between teammates. "I'll definitely miss our battles. They've challenged me in the best ways possible," he shared, reminiscing about the shared moments of competition that sparked fierce rivalry, but also a profound camaraderie. Ultimately, the memories and experiences shaped within those 4 years together will be cherished. "I wouldn't be the driver I am today without my time alongside Carlos," he reflected, acknowledging that growth often comes through the challenges posed by teammates. As Sainz sets his sights on the future, one thing remains certain. With his talent and dedication, a return to the top is inevitable. Whether with Williams or another top team, he has the potential to shine again in the spotlight of Formula One. Stay tuned for more updates on the latest F1 headlines as every twist and turn in this thrilling sport continues to unfold. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.